We are deep in the competition at the Soapberry Shop World Gymnastics Challenge, and you're looking at the current leader, the runaway leader in the men's competition, Evgeni Chabaev of Russia. Rotation number 5 now, the parallel bars. And another look at Richard Ikeda of Canada, 19 years old, from Abbotsford, British Columbia, multiple medalist at the Commonwealth Games in Victoria, and has been known to be strong on the parallel bar.
This tends to be a very good event for Richard. Obviously, his other strengths have been the pommel horse, which he scored very well on in this competition, 9.45, as well as the high bar. Having a little bit of a problem here in the interior of his routine, an extra swing. Just some small form deductions going on here, walking on his hands. These are all little things that add up at the end of the routine, and you can see a big break on the dismount. Almost lost it there.
Coming into this event, he was tied for 4th position, but I don't think he'll be happy with the result here.
Yeah, I think Richard knows he has a lot of work to put in on this apparatus. You can see right there the form errors with the legs, a little bit all over the place. The extra swing occurred right there as well, and that's a big deduction.
Well, there's the result, and as we might have foreseen, an 8.7, and he winces. That hurts in terms of his overall standing. Now, one of the contenders for 2nd position, because Evgeni Chabaev is so far ahead, Boris Preti of Italy. And he is in competition with Canada's Nolet for that 2nd spot, and it's getting very close.
It is getting close, and one of his strengths is his consistency. He doesn't really have one event that stands out, but he is strong on all 6 apparatus. Nice skill. That's a double front. One of the more exciting trends that's taking place on the parallel bars. Into his double pike dismount, and I'll tell you what, he is putting pressure on. That was strong, very strong exercise.
After 4 rotations, it was Chabaev, then Canada's Nolet, then Boris Preti, but he may be moving up with that routine.
Of course, the highlight of this routine was that super skill right here, double front. Look at the height. Very, very tough on the upper arms, but he moves out of that skill so easily.
26 years old, looking upwards for the score, a 9.4, and in terms of men's gymnastics, that is a very good score indeed. The men tend not to be scored as highly by the judges as the women. Evgeni Chabaev, now the current leader, and really looking to salt this one away. With a good routine on the parallel bars, he could easily do that.
Scott, I know you remember this routine from the World Championships. He was awfully impressive in Australia, and you'll see why. Double back stummy, extremely clean. And if that wasn't enough, he has another one planned after this combination of heely turns. Little bit of a break there, bit of an arch. Again, the double back, well above the P-bars. Excellent. He actually kicked out his legs.
You have to love the release skills. All the top gymnasts are doing it, and he nails the dismount.
That was such a beautiful routine in terms of execution, amplitude, big skills. He had it all. There's that double back, 2 rotations as he lands on the upper arms. You can see the red pads are for that particular landing. And his dismount, look how high he was in the air, and a solid landing.
A close 4th on the P-bars at the World Championship. Chabaev, clearly the class of the field so far today, awaiting a score 9.6. What outstanding scores by the Russian here at Copps Coliseum in Hamilton. Now an important routine for Nolet if he is to stay in 2nd position ahead of Boris Preti of Italy.
At this point, Alan's concern is with Boris Preti. Remember, he scored a 9.4 on this apparatus. He shouldn't worry about Chabaev. He's already running away with this competition. For Alan, as you mentioned, extremely important exercise. So far, he has been consistent. This is a great confidence builder for Nolet.
Loves intense competition. We saw him lead his team to gold medal performances at the Commonwealth Games in Victoria. He was just outstanding as a leader of the team. Individually.
Whoa, big break on the dismount, Scott. And you know, it all started with the combination skills just prior to that dismount. I was just going to say he was really shaky with those two combination back tosses, and then he had all kinds of energy that just kept flowing well into his dismount. There you can see he didn't get a whole lot of height, but he kept pulling, and he pulled a little bit too much, almost off the mat.
I was going to say individually he struggled to touch in Victoria, and here he's faltered in the 5th rotation. Remember that 9-4 posted by Boris Preti, an 8-9 for Alan, and that means he'll drop down in the standings, trying to get there for 2nd position, but this will hurt a great deal in that effort. Evgeni Chabaev continues to lead, 47-4, the runaway leader. Alan Nolet, 2nd, 46.15 after 5 rotations, but Boris Preti is catching up. There's your leader, Evgeni Chabaev, after 5 rotations. Still the high bar to come. Now the women after 3 rotations, and they have only the floor exercise left. Gina Gogean, 29.625, just 0.175 ahead of Lilia Podkopayeva of Ukraine, and she's first up, so she can put on some pressure if she nails this one.
And she can really put on the pressure on this exercise. She has one of the most amazing, not to mention difficult, floor exercise routines in the world. And I'll just give you a real quick tidbit. Take a look at the first tumbling pass. It is extremely difficult.
This is the marquee event of women's gymnastics. She won a gold medal in the floor exercise at the European Championships. Was that enough to catch Gina Gogean?
Well, fortunately for Gina, she gets to go 2nd. So for Lilia Podkopayeva, she sets the pace. Now, it was a tough routine, Scott, and she had all the difficulty. And there's your score.
Looks like that score has been up all night for Lilia Podkopayeva. Another 9-8. She does not appear to be enthralled with that result, but currently she's the leader in the clubhouse, and now the pressure goes to Gina Gogean, the defending champion. We will tell you that she needs a 9.625 to beat Podkopayeva. said that Gogean is never spectacular on the floor, but always clean. She needs a 9.625.
Well, another consistent routine, and in terms of tumbling difficulty and choreography, I still like Lilia Podkopayeva, but she will have no problems getting the 9.625 because she did have all the tumbling skills.
This means defending her title at the World Gymnastics Challenge.
The score for Gina Gogean on the floor, 9.875.
Well, she has it all and more, a 9.875 for Gina Gogean. So for the second year in a row, she will be the Soapberry Shop World Gymnastics Challenge champion. And now, Anamaria Bican, her 14-year-old teammate, tries to put a nice end to what has been a troubled story. Brilliant on the floor.
Scott, she is going to be a superstar for this Romanian team, and yes, it really was a shame that she fell off the beam because she was in a perfect position to win this competition. This is incredible. Her opening tumbling run, so much power, double layout, beautifully performed.
Had a 9.9 on the vault to open things up. Look at this, 9.925. Highest score of this women's competition belongs to 14-year-old Anamaria Bican of Romania. What a way to finish. And hoping for a great finish herself, Marilou Cousineau of Canada, trying to be the top Canadian in this competition, trying to get 4th spot. To be a comeback event for Marilou Cousineau. She's been hot here in Hamilton.
Scott, she certainly has. The pressure was off. We've seen a much more relaxed performance from Marilou than we've seen all year long. You know, she has to be feeling very good heading into the World Championships next month.
9.65 for Marilou Cousineau of Canada, and that nails down 4th position. But the winner and defending her championship, Gina Gogean of Romania for the second year in a row, the winner of the Soapberry Shop World Gymnastics Challenge. The final results over 4 events: Gina Gogean repeats the top 3 within a single point, Lilia Podkopayeva and Anamaria Bican second and third. Next, Nolet goes to the high bar in search of the medal podium in Hamilton.